Before we get today's Golden State Warriors today underway, make sure you subscribe to the channel for the most current Warriors news and rumors out there. Free agency getting underway on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific. We're going to cover every big news item, every big signing right here on Warriors Today, and you don't want to miss our coverage. So hit that sub button. We're approaching 64,000 subscribers. Can we get there with this video? I think we can. Hope everybody in Dub Nation is having a fantastic weekend. We have a very informative show on the docket for everybody here today, and I want to start with the Warriors undrafted free agent tracker. They were able to draft Quentin Post after buying back the 52nd overall pick, the big from Boston College by way of Amsterdam, a 7-footer who can shoot. He's a good playmaking hub. He can protect the rim. And it was interesting when the Warriors traded that pick away, got Lindy Waters, and then bought it back. Of course, a lot of financial implications with that. It was a light draft for the Warriors, of course, with only that one pick. And it's a light undrafted free agency class for the Warriors, too, because of where this roster stands currently with so many questions and a lot of the roster spots occupied. But Warriors have signed Virginia guard Reece Beekman to a two-way contract. Shams Charania with the news on June 27th on Thursday saying Virginia's Reece Beekman has agreed to that two-way deal with the Warriors. He is going to be 23 years old in a few months, a senior last year for Tony Bennett and the Virginia Cavaliers, 6'1" and a quarter, 196 pounds. So a player who could potentially bolster the backcourt depth for Golden State. He's a really good distributor of the basketball, a very smart, cerebral, high IQ player, third all-time in assists in the history of Virginia basketball. And they've had some pretty good guard play and point guards there. He can also get after it on the defensive side of the floor. A two-time ACC Defensive Player of the Year in back-to-back years. So the last 2 years, he has played tremendous defense. 2023, 2024 is when he got those honors, and he wowed Steph Curry with a last-second dunk before halftime in January of 2023. So Steph Curry certainly familiar with this game. He let that be known on social media. Beekman's numbers last year, and it's difficult to gauge sometimes what a player for Virginia does offensively because they run a high school offense, and it's really difficult to watch. But numbers pretty good here. 14 points per game, 6 assists, 2 steals, so he can get it done defensively, of course, after winning those back-to-back Defensive Player of the Years and generating turnovers, leading to some easy buckets on the other end. 44% from the floor, not great there. So he's going to have to fine-tune his offensive game, and 31% from three, he's going to have to get better in launching three-point shots. From my view with this one, the Warriors filled a need with backup ball handling. They need that. And Beekman poses a defensive profile that makes him a good fit next to Steph Curry and an interesting player here. We've talked about what Golden State needs this offseason, but a little bit of a refresher post-draft going into free agency. Perimeter shooting, backup ball handler, rim protection. So far, prior to free agency, you got the shooting in Lindy Waters, you got the backup ball handler here in Reece Beekman, and you got the rim protection and a big who can shoot in Quentin Post. Now you need off the bounce scoring, and that's where a player like Paul George could fit in and really help this offense. The Warriors can sign 2 more two-way contracts. Why is that important? Because they can sign 2 more UDFAs as post-draft undrafted free agents. So if the Warriors make those moves, we'll of course talk about them here on Warriors Today. Do you know ball? I am putting your ball knowledge to the table here. Name a UDFA the Warriors should sign to a two-way deal. Let me know right now down in the comments section. What is going on with the Golden State Warriors and Andrew Wiggins? There's been a lot of interesting movements on this front throughout this week, and the speculation is high right now for him maybe getting dealt by Golden State. Their actions have spoken loudly here because they're in a really tight financial situation. They're going to have to relieve themselves of some dollars by trading away Andrew Wiggins and or Chris Paul because of how expensive this team currently is. And you can enter some drama and some controversy into the mix. Doug Smith with this report saying that Andrew Wiggins out of Canadian Olympic picture, according to a source. Golden State Warriors are playing hardball with the veteran that they are looking to move. Canadian team opens camp later tonight. And then Anthony Slater, mutual decision between the Warriors and Andrew Wiggins to prioritize his health and hold him out of the Olympics, I'm told. Doesn't preclude Golden State from possibly trading him, but it's a medical decision. Wiggins dealt with an ankle issue late this past year. So if I'm Wiggins and I want to play with Team Canada, I should be allowed to play for my country. If he's okay with not playing, then this is probably something where he's okay with it. It's understandable for both Golden State and Wiggins to try to prioritize his health. Wiggins needs to get back to the 2022 form and that year, 2021, 2022, when he was an all-star. He has not been good since then. And then the Warriors want him to stay healthy because they either want him back or they need him to be healthy in order to facilitate a trade. Either way, seems a little bit fishy. Here's what Anthony Slater said furthermore on the Wiggins front. They're not dying to trade him. They're looking at a lot of options. He is a building block with the salary of $24 million. If they do bring in a wing, Paul George, obviously, is the wing that plays his position. Regardless, I think there's upgrades out there, but from what I've heard, they're not dying to get off of his number. I might be dying to get off of his number just because I'm trying to free up some money. I'm trying to improve my team, and a trade of Andrew Wiggins helps me do that. And I think that I can get a better player, pay a little bit more, or pay the same for an upgrade. Wiggins has not simply been the same player that he was back during that championship run. When I thought, alongside Steph Curry, he was the second best player in the NBA Finals that year. Rebounding, hitting big shots, playing excellent defense. And you look at the numbers the last 4 years, there is a decline that has taken place here. 18.5 points per game in 2020, 2021, then 17, then 17.1, then 13.2. The three-point numbers, they've been a little bit inconsistent up and down. The field goal numbers declining a little bit. And then the defensive game has also suffered. And when you think about Andrew Wiggins, you think about him as a great athlete, an awesome defensive player. But in 2021, 2022, his defensive rating was 108.4. You want that number to be as low as possible. 2023, 2024, it's gone up to 116.9. So if Andrew Wiggins is not healthy, he's not hitting shots, doesn't look to be a confident player, he's struggling defensively, getting worse, and he's expensive. Those are 6 things right there I just brought you right off the dome that concern me about Andrew Wiggins. Deal or no deal? Should the Warriors trade him? Why for yes and for no? I know a lot of people like him. Some people don't like him. Sound off with what you think down in the comment section here. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button. This is your go-to hub for the best Warriors content right here on YouTube. See ya.